let's try and do this. A bit too high. Bit of a wobbly tripod. Oh my god. I've just snapped the back of my little camera bit that makes it stand up. That's great. Okay, so hi guys, how's it going? This video is going to be about basically my first Louis Vuitton purchase. First of all, I don't want this to come across as braggy or anything, because it definitely isn't. I mean, I have tried for so long to get this bag. Well, I say bag, you'll find out what it is in a minute. I've tried so long to get this and I've been so patient, and I've thought of this through and through, like knowing that this is the one that I definitely want to get, and it is, and I was really lucky to get it. So yeah, I don't want it to come across as braggy, because I'm not gonna lie, I work really hard. It's fine to treat yourself as long as you can afford it and everything, so I don't, you know, shouldn't feel bad about it. And this is just going to be a little review of like what's it like going in the store, what's it like actually buying the item, how much it is, all that kind of stuff, and just show you a little look at it. It happened a few weeks ago. It happened. I bought this item a few weeks ago. I went to the Bond Street store in London. So basically, let me just get it. So it comes in the beautiful bag, even though it's, oh no, it's a bit yeah, it's a bit creased, but you know, we won't worry about that. Oh, what should I talk to you about first? No, I'll show you it first, because I know everybody will want to see it. First of all, this isn't actually how they boxed it up. It's definitely looked a lot nicer than this. Of course, I couldn't wait because it was a few weeks ago that I got it. So yeah, this is what the big box looks like. Any guesses of what it is? Right, so I'm just gonna undo it. Better believe I fully retied it just so I could show everyone what the full packaging looks like. But yeah, big bow, and then the actual box. So when you open it up, again, this is creased because I put it in the bag just to do the little reveal thing, but before it was creased. Yeah, it wasn't obviously creased at all when I got it. I've just kind of taken it out and kind of scrunched it up in the box and not really thought about folding it up nicely. But yeah, so 3, 2, 1, guess what it is? Oh my god, isn't it so beautiful? So this is the Toiletry 26. So technically it's not a bag, but if you can hear that chain rustling on the back, yes, I have made it into a bag. So yeah, this is the Toiletry 26. This is actually discontinued, but I managed to get it in store, which is very, very lucky. The price was, I'll have to have a look on the receipt, but I think it was like £330 or something, which isn't that bad for a Louis Vuitton piece, because I know that obviously with all of the price rises recently and stuff, you can barely get a bag there under £1,000. So, you know, I thought this was obviously a really good purchase. And then obviously I'll go back to how I've got a chain on the bag and stuff. Hang on, let me just put the dust bag away. Oh, it doesn't want to stand up by itself. Right, and I actually fold it up nicely this time instead of just scrunching it, because I'm not going to iron this bag, I'm not going to lie, so I just hope that the creases will fall out of it. But the dust bag is a nice quality dust bag. I mean, I don't know, I don't really have any other luxury dust bags, so I can't really compare. The box inside, just plain box. There's nothing behind that blue tab there. I've not tried to have a look, but I think that's just how they assemble the box. So yeah, back to the actual bag. I'm gonna unzip it. So obviously it has the one piece of, it has the one piece of Louis Vuitton monogram canvas. It has the little vachetta, like little Louis Vuitton, I'm not good at showing this, little Louis Vuitton stamp on there. Zip has the LV logo on it. What I actually have in the bag is like a little insert. I'll try and get it out. So it's an insert that I got from, I believe it was Handbag Angels. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit expensive. It was like £35, but then again, if you're spending £300 on a bag, you know, you should probably get an insert to, one, keep the inside bit protected, and two, obviously if you want to convert the pouch into a bag, then that's what you're gonna have to do. I did try and look at other cheaper options, but they just weren't, they were either way too small or like bad quality, or like they weren't going to arrive on time for what I wanted it for. I just had to get it from there. And obviously some people's opinions on this may be, you know, if you want a proper bag and you don't want a toiletry pouch, then just save up for the bag. I'm not gonna lie, I just wanted a cute little LV piece. You know, I didn't want to have to spend like £1,000 at least on it, because girl doesn't have the bank account for that at the minute. But it was a little present to me. It's something I worked, you know, like I say, really hard for. What can I compare it to the size of? Right, again, I don't mean this to be bougie, but like, this is an iPad mini, but if you have it, oh my god, I didn't actually really realise that it was that big. Yeah, so I could happily fit my iPad mini in it and still have, you know, quite a bit of room to spare. Or compare it to the size of a naked palette, row back. So yeah, it's a little bit longer than a naked palette if you have that. So it's quite tall, quite long, and then the width of it is probably about maybe like 2 inches. And it does taper up at the top, so it is wider at the bottom than at the top. Now, even though it seems a bit slim, it does fit definitely quite a lot in it. And then the inside, but that's the insert, and then this is the actual bag. It's just still the like canvasy material. It's not soft, it's just, you know, like a nice teddy kind of beige colour, which is I like. So also I'm going to show you what it looks like on. I'm going to try and do a shoulder bag, but this strap is meant to be for crossbody, but I can try and loop it around and see whether I can show you what it's like as a little shoulder bag. So yeah, so I'll go back to talking about the insert a little bit more. Yeah, the reason why I got an insert was obviously, like I say, to convert it and to keep the inside bit safe. Also for a little bit of organisation. I still have a few things in there. There's a few spaces in here. I paid extra to get this little zip pocket here. You can just have it as a flap, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish I would have got it as a flap, because the zip can be a bit like, it's secure, but when you're trying to, you know, undo the zip on the actual bag and then undo this as well, it's a bit much. So I mean, and it's extra to get the zip, so I mean, if you were going to get it, I would just get the flap. But there is another little, almost like credit card size flap here, and then another one there, and then a big middle space, and then like a big flap that side. And then when you put it in the bag, there's the little D-rings that you get the chain with, and then so you just slot it in the bag. You do just kind of have to push it in there, because like that, the bottom is bigger than the top, so when you push it in, it feels like there's a bit of resistance, but it's fine. Oh, I've clearly put it in the wrong way. That's fine. I'll just unhook the D. You have to put it in a bit of a funny way, so that side will go there, and then you have to put this not like over the top of the bag, you've got to put it underneath and hook it on. So yeah, then you can just zip it up, and it has its little chain, and who would know. So yeah, I mean, I've never had anything Louis Vuitton before. Like I said, I was always one of those people that thought, oh, should I just go on DHgate and like get something from there? But I don't know, I just kind of wanted something that was, you know, proper, authentic. I wanted the like in-store experience, which I'll go on about in a minute. I just wanted to go in there to actually, you know, I don't know what it is, maybe it's just me being a young girl, but me being like, yeah, I'm actually going to buy this from the shop and have the whole experience and stuff. But yeah, no, I am really, really happy that I got it, especially because it's discontinued. And I think this is just going to be literally like my one treat, my staple bag that I'm just gonna wear over and over again, and probably just gonna get sick of it. But I am really happy with the whole kind of bag itself. But it's funny because you'll buy a luxury good and then you'll think like, this is a lot of money. Like, I thought it would feel a lot more premium. I don't know what I was expecting, but don't get me wrong, it's nice and I'm glad I've got it. Okay, so I thought I'd just show you a few close-ups of the bag. It's like that really cute pebbled like canvas one, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like on. Oh, there's no real good way to show you this. Expose the rest of my room, what mess it is. Yeah, so this is like the perfect crossbody bag size for me. Also ignore the outfit, this is just a little black ensemble. The thing is, like, when you're going to London and stuff, like, this is what I want to have. Like, I don't really like the over-the-shoulder bags, don't get me wrong, I wear them to London, but like I would much rather like be able to have this in front of me, especially if I'm going on the tube and stuff. I've had dodgy experiences, so we don't want any of those with this bag. So yeah, so I can just hold it like this, feel very secure. But yeah, and then obviously if you have like your phone in your hand and like a drink in your hand and you don't want to be holding it, then it will just be there on your side. The only thing is, like I said before, I was thinking of like getting another strap that was just for like a shoulder, so it would look cute on the shoulder. But let me see if I can try and figure how to make this into a shoulder bag. Okay, so I found a way of doing it, and this is what it would look like. Very cute. Oh, I actually do like it this way. I haven't worn it this way before. And the actual way I did it, obviously I don't know long term whether this would be good for the chain. Oh god, how am I going to show you this? Oh my god, don't want to mark the chain either. Right, okay, so what I did was I got the chain. Ooh, I just don't want it to mark the chain. Right, so I got the chain, and then obviously this is the whole length of it. I shortened it down to this length, hooked that onto the chain bit, and then I hooked this bit back onto the D-ring. So obviously when that's hooked on there, it's just shorter. That would be a temporary thing, obviously, because that doesn't look great. So I'm going to undo it because I don't want to damage the chain. And then put the chain back in the bag. Obviously, if you wanted to, you can wear it, like I said before, like clutch. So you could wear it like that or like that. But I just don't feel secure enough wearing it like that personally. But obviously I do love it if you were going straight from, say, a hotel to a restaurant, and then, you know, not anywhere, like walking around really. I don't know, security is just the big like thing for me. So yeah, that was kind of like the try on. Sorry it's not with the most ideal outfit, but I still think it's cute, I still love it. I'd recommend anybody go out and get it. Right, so I suppose I'll talk about the kind of going in store, like the experience that I so desperately wanted, and kind of, yeah, just what it was like actually finding this bag, considering it was discontinued. So yeah, me and my boyfriend went to London for the day, just a little cute day out, and then we went into Selfridges as we normally do pretty much every time we go to London, normally to just have a little look about. He'll normally get something, I normally won't. And then obviously we walked past the little Louis Vuitton bit, and I thought, oh, bearing in mind the toiletry pouches have been a bit discontinued for like a few months now, so I thought, oh, there's probably not a chance that they'll have one, especially in the Selfridges department. But I was like, oh, maybe I should just ask them. And obviously as a young girl I know that going and having to queue and see other people actually purchasing things, it's quite daunting, thinking, oh god, like if I'm not going to buy anything, like should I be in this queue, should I even be talking to the employees, is it a waste of time? But no, you have your right to go in there and have a little look about, and don't feel guilty if you don't buy anything. But I did have that feeling inside of me, and kind of I was like, oh, do I do it, do I not do it? And then my boyfriend was a bit like, oh, are you gonna do it, like should we do it? And we just thought, yeah, what's the harm? And I thought, god, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. so I'm just gonna get over this bit. So I queued up in the line. I was stood there for about like 10-15 minutes. And then it finally came to the SA that came over to me. He was really nice, and I just kind of said straight away, I was like, oh, so do you have any of the toiletry pouches? I didn't know whether they would have a 15, a 20, isn't it 15, 20 and 26? Or 15, 18 and 26, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he kind of looked on his little iPad that he had, and he was like, oh no, we don't have any here, but we do have some in the Bond Street store. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't actually expect him to say that he was gonna have any. So I kind of was like, oh okay, that's fine, thank you, don't really need to look at anything else. Yeah, we left, and then me and my boyfriend, I was like, oh, shall I do it, because we still had other things planned. They're my sisters. So yeah, we still had other things planned afterwards, and obviously I didn't know whether I really wanted to like drag around this, because it's a big bag, as you saw, and I also get quite like anxious like carrying things like that around London. But then I thought, god, this is Discontinued, like they probably won't have any ever again, like these are probably like the last 3 in London. We walked out, we walked to Bond Street, which was quite a nice walk, and then we had to queue outside of the Louis Vuitton, and it was a bit of a queue, I'm not gonna lie. Like it was like a good like half an hour queue. I definitely thought that we weren't gonna be able to stay in the queue and get one, because the queue was like stagnant for ages, and then it was moving quickly and we got let inside. And then like that, because there's like a queue, you feel like obliged, I don't know if I'm saying that right, to buy something. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of knew that I was gonna buy this if I did go in there. Like we'd come all this way with the whole like, oh, it'd been discontinued thing. And I think when we finally got to the front and there was another SA that came up to me, obviously he asked what I was interested in, and then I said the kind of toiletry pouch. I didn't want the 15 because the 15 literally looks like this big. Yeah, so I didn't want the 15 because the 15 literally looks like this big. And then I didn't know whether the 26 was going to be too big, so I asked about the 18 and the 26, and he just kind of turned to the guy next to him and was like, oh, she wants the toiletry 26. And I was like, oh okay, like I kind of wanted to look at both, but you know, beggars can't be choosers if they don't have one. So yeah, he was like, oh, take a seat over by the, because they have like a glass cabinet, and then there was 2 chairs, one for me and my boyfriend. We sat down just like admiring the rest of the shop, because obviously, you know, there was hardly anybody in there, and I'd never been in an actual official like Louis Vuitton before. And so yeah, like 5 minutes goes by and then he brings up the bag. To be fair, I probably should have looked at it a little bit more. It's not like there's anything wrong with it, but like I looked at it, I just kind of like grabbed it. I was like, oh yeah, it looks good, I'll take that one. So yeah, you could definitely tell that I was a bit of an eager buyer, which is fine. So I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll take that one. Yeah, please give it to me now. And then he was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll go get it all packaged up for you. And then I'll come back and obviously go over to the register. So then he said to us that we could just like walk around the shop, have a look at everything. And we walked over to the jewellery counter, and there was literally like necklaces and stuff that were like £20,000, and it was just sat there in front of me. Like it was really weird. It was really strange. God, I wouldn't want to walk in Hermes. I just think I'd be a bit overwhelmed. So yeah, we were walking around, looking around for a little bit, and then he called us over, went to the till, paid, and then yeah, sent us on our way. To be fair, it was a really nice experience, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it was nice, it was worth the wait. I got what I wanted. It wasn't like overly like, oh welcome, like dramatic and special and stuff, but I'm glad I've got the in-store experience now. I think I've gotten over that fear now, so anytime I want to go in there in the future or any other designer stores, I'll feel a little bit more like I know how this goes. And obviously it's, you know, it shouldn't be really any different from any other shop. Like Topshop, if you want to walk in Topshop you can, but it just feels a little bit different. I've got that experience now, so yeah, it's not going to feel as daunted, I don't think. But yeah, so then walked around London, had a few bevies, went home, and I've not stopped looking at it ever since. So I really love it. I didn't get to see the size 18 so I don't actually know how big that is, and I have tried to look on the website, but obviously they've taken it off. I've tried to find the dimensions, but I haven't really looked properly, I suppose. But I think the 18 is probably like, I don't know, maybe that big. So to be fair, also with the insert, sorry this keeps jingling, I am quite glad that I got the bigger one, because the insert is very handy for obviously converting and organising, as we know, but because it's quite thick it does take up a little bit of side room. I think if I had that in like one of the other smaller versions it wouldn't really leave much room. God, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. I clearly need another coffee. So it takes up a little bit of the side room, so that's why I'm glad I got the bigger one, so that obviously I still have enough space for myself. So yeah, to be fair, I'd just say if you're ever quite scared about going in store, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, they deal with so many people like every day. Try not to feel scared and don't feel pressured, and don't be like, oh my god, I can't afford any of this stuff, like I'm so poor, blah blah blah, because you know I got like one of the cheapest things in the shop and I've just upcycled it, you know, to be like bougie on a budget. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have saved for this bag. You don't need thousands of pounds. I could have definitely afforded to buy that bag twice. That's why I think it warrants me buying it once, because I can afford to buy it twice. Also the fact that it's discontinued, it was just loads of factors that I thought this is not going to be a bad purchase. I've thought about it for ages. It's discontinued, so the price, the resale price is going up just in case I ever did want to sell it. It's, you know, not uber expensive. Yeah, I'd work hard for it. I've recently got a new job, so that was kind of like my present from me to me for working really hard. Overall, I'd say the bag is great. I'd say the experience was good. Nothing to scream and shout about. The insert and the conversion, really good. You can obviously just hold it as a little clutch, but obviously if I'm going out somewhere, I don't really want to have to like hold it under the arm. I just want to be able to like chuck it on me and it be, you know, there. So yeah, and not have to worry about it. Also, the first night out that I did take it on, I think it did have a few like, not scuffs, but I think I maybe like touched my foundation and like touched the bag. I don't know if you can see that tiny little mark there, but like I'm sure with like a little baby wipe it will just come off. Yeah, I just like rubbed it and like, can you see it anymore? Not really. So yeah, I mean, very happy with my purchase, and if you can, I'd definitely get one of those bags and one of the conversion kits. I know you can do it with a few other bags of Louis Vuitton if you're trying to look bougie on a budget and you want to treat yourself but you don't want to treat yourself like £1,000 worth or more, then yeah, I should definitely try and get one of those bags. So yeah, I think it'll be something that I'll keep forever. If you have any questions or queries, if you have any questions or anything, I'd be happy to answer them in the comments below. You can, if I know how to do it, you can subscribe, you can follow my Instagram, all that good stuff. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.